All right, so who are we thinking? Let's talk about the greatest college sprinter of the decade, and both men and women. But on the men's side, I mean, first off, what's like the criteria? What would make someone like the greatest of the decade?
Trying to determine who is the best. That means we got to put qualifiers of greatness.
Yeah.
So what is greatness? Greatness is you got to break a collegiate record.
Absolutely.
You got to win NCAA title.
Yep.
And do we even care what you did in the conference?
Yeah, it could, but I mean, the conference. I guess it depends because if you win an NCAA title, then the conference is like, it also depends on what conference you're from.
So if you don't win at least one NCAA, you're totally out this conversation. Doesn't matter what you did.
You can't be the greatest.
Yeah, and if you broke a collegiate record, normally you probably would have did the other. Yeah. But like,
so I mean,
those are you got to do at least that.
Yeah, you have to have and you can't. I doubt you will have anyone who's like broke a collegiate record but didn't win an NCAA title because then
it happens. Tell that to Messiah Russell.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, at least outdoors.
That's true.
Am I right? She didn't win.
She actually indoors and out. I think she.
No, did she win indoors?
She lost to Akira Nugent. Won both. And Messiah Russell broke the record in both indoors and out, but then Akira Nugent took over, which is kind of crazy.
All the respect to Messiah Russell for the record. Christian Coleman, I think, has to be at the top of the list.
Ooh, okay.
Because he swept indoor-outdoor.
That's true. Okay, he swept indoor-outdoor.
60, 200, 100, 200.
That's true.
I mean, are we even counting the 4?
We could.
I mean, it's a sprint.
We could. That's fair. The 4 counts. There's some guys. But wait, so Christian Coleman. So he got both titles, but he didn't break a record.
What are you talking about? He was the collegiate record holder in the 100.
Oh, you're right.
And the 60.
He did. Okay. My bad, Christian. I forgot. He
did both. Like,
yes, that's true. Okay, so he definitely
according to what we're discussing, he's probably the best.
That's true. Okay.
Like, we can keep talking, but like I feel like the conversation's already over.
Okay, well, okay, so what about, I know this isn't sprints directly, but what about Grant Holloway?
People don't know. Grant Holloway long jumped.
Yep.
Did the 110s. They could use him on relays.
He was always on the relays.
And he could still open sprint, which they normally didn't. But the one time they let him do it, he won the 60 at the NCAA
indoors.
But he wasn't doing enough sprint races to technically get into this conversation.
That's fair. I think because I was looking at his 60 meters that he won, and he was able to he won indoors. He won multiple, relays outdoors as well. So I gave him a little grace, but I don't know. I guess on the sprint side specifically, then Grant Holloway maybe wouldn't be in it. But
I feel like when it comes to the NCAA, we go through different zones, though.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, like, I came into college in 2010. There was no guy. From 2010 to 2014, name the guy. Like, the guy who was dominating.
So now that I think about it,
somebody had to win, but like
in the 400 at least, I'm thinking now, Karani James.
How many did he win?
He won outdoors 2 years in a row. He won 2012 and 2010 and 2011.
All right, respect.
Indoors, he ran sub 45 seconds. He ran like 44.8 back in 2010.
He was at Alabama, right?
He was at Alabama. Okay. So listen, Karani James could be in that conversation. I think he definitely deserves to be in that conversation.
Technically he's on the wrong side of the decade, but
that's fair.
I mean, if we're talking the decade, because we're in 2024 now.
Okay, so then
I'll say 2010 till now.
So then what about someone like Michael Norman? He won indoors and out.
He didn't stay in college long enough. That's his fault.
I mean, Christian Coleman went pro early too.
He was there for 3 years, though.
But he didn't win anything the earlier years.
The year before he wins it all, like literally won it all, like he was second.
But he didn't win.
But I'm saying like he hung around. The thing is,
fair.
We were talking off camera about this. Walter Dix, to me, represents what I call greatness in college for this reason. Absolutely. You have to stick around long enough for us to get sick of you. It's that simple.
That's fair.
Yo, did he graduate?
I know. He just kept going.
I mean, if you want to go pro, to fine. Like Noah Lyles ain't in this conversation because he didn't go to college.
He didn't even touch college, which is all fair. Right?
Yeah, we'll get to him in another conversation.
Yeah.
But like as for this one, Elijah Hall is slept on, but that's because he did indoor. But he swept and he didn't do it outdoors.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
But that's still special.
It's true. And in the 200, he broke the NCAA record. Indoors. But outdoors, he wasn't able to.
So where did Andre DeGrasse fall?
Andre DeGrasse, but the thing with Andre is because he came from junior college and then went to USC.
But he was there he did 1 year USC. But he won the 100.
He won the 100 and the 200.
Yeah, so he swept outdoors.
That's fair. That
puts you in the conversation.
Andre's in the conversation. I mean,
and he didn't sweep it at JUCO, if I remember correctly, the year before.
No.
Most people wouldn't even know that.
What about Trayvon? Well, he won the indoor too one of the years.
NCAA indoor?
NCAA indoor.
Are you sure?
The year that
TFR will tell us if we're wrong.
Listen, I think it's the year that I think it was that
Because he didn't make the 60-meter final. I know because I checked.
Both
his
Andre,
freshman year, he did not make the 60-meter final.
Yeah, both Andre and Trayvon didn't make the.
Well,
60
Andre
final.
wouldn't make a 60-meter final. Anyway.
That's true. But
like the way he runs, he wouldn't.
I think that was 2015. I think Trayvon won the 200 indoors, and in 2014 he had won the 100 outdoors. But I mean,
so you're saying he won the 200 indoors the following year?
No. So 2014.
So his freshman year indoor, he won 200 indoors.
I'm almost certain. I could.
Yeah,
we may cross check.
Okay,
this later,
internet,
but,
the comment section, y'all can fact check us on
fact
this.
check, but I mean, Andre, I think is a good one in the conversation. What about someone like, it's maybe obscure, but Jarian Lawson? He won the 100.
When it comes to
200.
When it comes to his sprinting, remember, great athlete.
Double
You can throw him in the
champion.
Look. That's a whole different video when we talking about. We talking about the sprinters, man.
But I'm saying if Trayvon didn't even
Do you
win,
realize Jarian Lawson? I did the math, and I'm willing to bet if you fact check me on this, y'all gonna find out that I'm right. Jarian Lawson literally never won a 100-meter dash ever in his entire college career until that NCAA final.
Is that not what matters?
No, he did.
That
I'm
what
not knocking
matters?
that. He did sweep it, and that puts him in this conversation. But let's clarify. We're trying to figure out who the greatest is. So far, everyone we're bringing up, we're just trying to determine if they knock off Christian. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing.
Man, I'm trying to
Up until now, we ain't found a name. Either they didn't run enough sprint races like Grant.
Yeah.
Jarian with long jumping, okay, cool. He can be in the jump conversation.
You got the jumps.
Since then till now,
Ooh,
Joseph Famblay is the next name that like came in and did stuff.
Yeah.
Matthew Bowling, yes, he won the 200 indoors twice.
But outdoors he wasn't.
He always took a legit dip.
Yeah.
And that's another conversation where I know everybody thinks they're an armchair coach. Yes, I was a college coach, but I'm not going to tell you about why it is what it is. It's just that, you would have thought that if he was winning indoors, he would have gone outdoors and we would have seen it in the two.
It's not
That's
like
the best way to put it.
Yeah.
We would have, you would assume.
You would
it
assume.
would have
And he
happened.
won back-to-back indoors. He won.
No, it wasn't back-to-back. It was 2021 and 2023.
Oh, okay. But at least he won twice indoors. But that didn't translate outdoors, at least in the sprints, right?
I mean, Famblay, he won the 100.
He won the 100.
Eventually, and he won the 200. And he won the 200 the year before.
Yeah, so he has three.
So he's the next. Then from Christian to him, he's the only guy who gave him three in the last decade plus.
I don't know. I would put Michael Norman ahead of.
Because of him winning the 4 twice?
He won the 4 indoors and out. He broke the NCAA record both times. And to back that up, he had multiple times that were like extremely fast, like all-time fast times in the 400. So, and in the, even like his freshman year, he finished, I think, 4th or something like that.
Yeah, I know he could have done it. So why didn't he end up doubling in the 2?
I mean, why, if you're focused on the 4, if you're killing it in the 4, like.
We talking about college. If I'm a college coach, I'm trying to put some points on the board.
It's true. That's true.
So I don't want to hear, like, that's your pro conversation. You want to go pro, go pro. You running in college right now. I need points.
That's fair.
So I didn't see him in the 2. I know he was fast. He broke 20 at Pac-12.
Yeah.
So we never got to see. If he had won the 2,
then you might.
Then he get. I from what you said, if we're gonna give him points for those records, but then you got to cancel it out because Christian was taking out records too.
Christian got the records. That's
so,
fair.
But at the very least, it would put him at like, okay, if he's not 1, he's like what, 1A.
Yeah,
but that 200 not being there, is what makes it like it's hard to give him that.
I'll give
space.
Christian that top spot, and then I would say Michael Norman after that.
That's your second.
I'll give Michael Norman second. I want to put Grant Holloway, but the hurdles are not the sprints, which is fair.
To me, it's Michael Norman and Joseph Famblay duking it out for second.
But I wouldn't. Joseph killed it, but I wouldn't say Joe is ahead of Michael because
of the lack of records.
He didn't break any records, and like he didn't win anything indoors.
Did he not win an indoor too?
I don't think he won an indoor.
I feel like
he was
running
with. You had Terrence Laird and Matt Bowling were running.
Obviously, he didn't win it. Well, 2021 he didn't win it, but like I feel like 2022 maybe he did.
Could have been, but I don't know. I don't remember if he won. Indoors.
If he didn't, then who did? Because I feel like there was a year that was like a down year, like one of those dead years that like the 60-meter winner in like 2022 was like some random guy, and I don't mean rude. I know it sounds rude, but I mean like some guy whose name we don't hear ever again.
We don't remember.
Like he showed up at that meet, he won that event, and then you go looking for him, and it's just like where he be at? You don't see him running pro, NCAA outdoor. You didn't see him really.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. But I would put Michael Norman because he has the 2 titles and he got the indoor NCAA record, outdoor record. But Christian Coleman, I think, definitely has that conversation. Now, I did mention. Well, yeah, no, there was Christian Taylor was in the jump, so yeah, that's not the sprints. So I don't know.
I feel like Christian got it.
There's probably someone that we're forgetting though, but
I mean, the comments will tell us. But let's be honest. Let's walk. I mean, okay, let's do our final fact check. 2014 is Trayvon. I can't forget it because I was still in college. In the 100, right?
Yeah, 2014.
2015 is Andre. And everything's weighted to outdoor. Let's keep it a buck. That's what people are paying attention to more. But indoor is still, I think it deserves respect because in college it matters.
Yeah.
So after that, you get to 2016, 2017. Jarian was what, 2016 or 2017?
Jarian was 2016.
All right, so then you got 17, Christian doing his thing.
Christian killed it.
18, Elijah Hall does indoor, outdoor. It's kind of like.
I think it might be Cameron Burrell. I think Cameron might have won it.
Yeah, he might have.
Okay, but yeah, it was kind of a mix year.
And then 19.
Oh, Divine Oduduru won. He won the double.
And he's who we left out.
Yes,
he's the guy who didn't make the conversation.
But the problem,
and that was not us intentionally trying to disrespect him for reasons that we will not bring up right now.
We'll leave that alone. But I mean, to be fair, it was only 1 year. Like he didn't do. Oh, well, actually, Divine is a good case. 2018, he won the 200 outdoors, and then he followed through the following year and got the 100 and the 200. And he's number 2 all time in the 200. So he actually has a decent case. It's not ahead of Christian, but he has a decent case.
All right. Well, I mean, you could argue that he was the most important to kicking off like this whole Texas Tech.
Exactly. Like
taking over.
Exactly. And I did a video on that, so definitely check that
out. I've mentioned them a lot.
Yeah.
I never gave them their own video, but like if you go through my videos, you will see them profiled a few times.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? Terrence Jones.
Okay. Well, the thing, he hasn't won anything outdoors yet. He has a Well, I mean,
he won 2 back-to-back 60s, and he's a collegiate record holder tied with it. So if he does it this year,
if he
does it this year,
it's like
he is now in the conversation.
He's in the convo.
He moved to the top line if he does what he's supposed to do.
Because if he doubles 100 and 200, that could be a problem. He could be like the guy, but he doesn't have any other titles outdoors at least. So yeah.
I mean, he ain't gonna stay in college after this year, so like,
I know he's probably out.
This is it.
Okay, yeah. So Terrence Jones in that convo. We'll see how things pan out for him.
So, all right, Terrence Jones, if you're watching,
listen,
we're watching.
Yes, Terrence Jones.
If you're watching, I'm looking at the camera. If you're watching, we're watching, and if you're watching, we are watching.
Yeah. So we'll see, but I think we could be good. Christian Coleman is that top guy. My name is Anderson from The Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from The Finish Line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to The Final Leg.